Hello everyone. Today in this video we will discuss how to find out derivative of a function using first principle. What is the definition and formula for finding derivative of a function using first principle? Let y equals fx be a given function. Then its first derivative is the rate of change of y with respect to x, and which is defined by this. This is denoted by f dash x equals dy over dx equals limit h tends to 0 fx plus h minus fx upon h. So by computing the limit of this, we can find the derivative of a function, and which is known as the differentiation from first principle. So let's take the example. Find the derivative of fx equals 10x using first principle. So what are the steps? With the help of this example, I will explain you the steps. First step is write down the formula for finding the derivative. What is the formula? F dash x equals limit h tends to 0 fx plus h minus fx upon h. Now what we will do? We will substitute the value of fx plus h, fx over here, and we will compute the value of the limit of this whole function. That is our desired answer. Second step is we have to find out the value of fx plus h, because fx is 10x. So fx plus h will be 10. Replace x by x plus h. 10x plus h. Substitute the value of fx and fx plus h over here. Third step is f dash x equals limit h tends to 0 fx plus h is 10 x plus h minus 10x upon h. Limit h tends to 0. So now we can write tan theta h sin theta upon cos theta. So tan x plus h will be sin x plus h upon cos x plus h minus sin x upon cos x whole divided by h. Now substitute the value. Substitute the value limit h tends to 0. What can we do? We can take the LCM. Cos x plus h into cos x, and this h would be here. On taking the LCM, you will get sin x plus h into cos x minus cos x plus h into sin x. And what is the formula for this? Limit h tends to 0 sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. We know the formula. It is sin a minus b. A minus b. This is a. Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. Sin a minus b. It will remain as it is, cos x plus h, cos x into h. Now substitute the value. Equals limit h tends to 0. This will cancel out. Sin h upon h. This h is there. So sin h upon h into limit h tends to 0. 1 upon cos x plus h into cos x into cos x. This one. And we know that if We know its formula. Its value is 1 into using computing the limit, it will become cos x into cos x plus 0, that is cos x into cos x, that is 1 upon cos square x, that is sec square x. So if fx is tan x, its derivative, that is f dash x, is sec square x. Or we can simply write dy over dx of tan x equals sec square x. Let's take one more example. If function fx equals cot x is given to us, how to find out its derivative using first principle? First step is we will write down the formula. F dash x equals limit h tends to 0 f x plus h minus fx upon h. Now substituting the value, we have fx equals cot x. So f x plus h will be cot of x plus h. Now substitute the value. Second step, limit h tends to 0 cot of x plus h minus cot x upon h. Third step, simplify it. Simplifying it, what can we do? We will convert it. Cot theta is, cotangent theta is cos theta upon sin theta. So we will write it cos x plus h upon sin x plus h minus cos x upon sin x whole divided by h equals limit h tends to 0. Taking LCM, LCM will be sin x plus h into sin x, and h will remain as it is, this h. And taking LCM, we will get it as cos x plus h into sin x minus sin x plus h into cos x. Now, what is the formula for it? We know that limit h tends to 0 cos a sin b, yeah, sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. We can write it first. We can write it as sin x cos x plus h, sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. We can change the order, no problem. And denominator will remain as it is. This will remain as it is. Now, limit h tends to 0. This is the formula of sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. Using the formula sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, it will become limit h tends to 0 sin a minus b. It will become minus x upon h into sin x plus h into sin x. limit h tends to 0, it will cancel out. And sine minus h, sine minus theta is minus sine theta, so it will be minus sine h, and it will be h into limit h tends to 0, 1 upon sine x plus h into sine x. Now, on finding the value of the limit, you will get, taking minus sign over here, limit h tends to 0, sine h upon h will be 1 into, substitute the value of limit, it will be sine x into sine x. So its value is 1, minus 1 into cosec square x, cosec square x. So derivative of cot x is minus cosec square x. And these are the steps which we will follow to find out derivative of cot x using first principle. That's all in this video. Thank you for watching.